Good afternoon. I'm still focused on our convention coming back and all the inspiration we had. But yesterday I was speaking to a dear friend, a woman who's a very close friend of ours. She might be watching this now or will be watching it soon. But she said to me, Rabbi, on Sunday, I was watching the video that you posted of the picture of all the Chabad rabbis, and to see them dancing, and thousands of rabbis in every corner of the world, in every little foothold, going away from where their comfort zone is, inspiring Jews, always being optimistic, changing the world Jew. And she says, Rabbi, to me, the fact that one single person could inspire this and revolutionize this is remarkable. She says, what? She was speaking about the Rebbe, of course. And she said, think about it. And I said even more to her. She said, the Rebbe became Rebbe of Chabad right after the Holocaust. 1950s, when he took over the leadership, and he started working even 1945. The darkest time for the Jewish people. People were crushed. Chabad was decimated during the Holocaust. Decimated. When the Rebbe brought Chabad headquarters on Eastern Parkway, where all the rabbis were gathered, right where that picture was, behind that picture, that building that they bought, they couldn't even get a minyan Chabad. They would have to pull people up to get a quorum of 10 to be able to pray. And to think that the Rebbe would revolutionize Chabad and inspire thousands of families and couples and children to travel all over the world and impact all these people. How could it be? How did the Rebbe inspire them, and where does the success come? How are they so successful? And I thought about it, and I think I might have one of the answers. The beginning of this week's Torah portion, we read about Isaac marrying Rebekah, and they're barren. They can't have children. Many of the matriarchs and patriarchs couldn't have children. We read a lot about it on Rosh Hashanah. And the rabbis say part of it is maybe to inspire us and teach us that nothing's beyond prayer, and not to believe in the natural realms only, but to know that we could supersede it and overcome it, that our existence is miraculous. But it says that Isaac prayed, Vayetar Yitzchak LaHashem, Isaac prayed to God, Lenochach Ishto, opposite his wife. Question is, what does it mean, opposite his wife? And the rabbis say that Isaac prayed in tandem with his wife, and he prayed for her, and she prayed for him. And they prayed as a union, and only because they prayed as a unit, the two of them together, Vayetar Hashem, God listened to their prayers, and God answered their prayers, and they were blessed, of course, with the twins, with Isaac and Jacob. I thought about this a lot. The Rebbe, when he sent out couples, he didn't send out rabbis. He sent out families, wives and husband equal, go out to change the world with their children. I think about my life. I think about Gruni. And anyone that knows Gruni, and I don't have to say this to wax poetic here, but anyone who knows Gruni knows that her force in the community is equal or much greater than mine. She inspires the woman, the men, the way she leads her life, the mother she is of so many children. In fact, we just started, for example, this new little program, Munchkin Minions. And every week, more and more mothers are coming with their babies, and they're so inspired the way Gruni touches all these children. My children, you go to the Kiddush Club on Shabbos, where all the guys come, and my children are inspiring, my older ones, my younger ones. The Rebbe send out families. He sent out couples. Just like Isaac. Why did God listen? Because Isaac prayed L'nochach Ishto. He was opposite his wife. He's prayed with his wife. Think about Abraham and Sarah. It says that Vayikra Shem B'Shem Hashem, that Abraham went to call on the name of God to bring monotheism to the world. And what did the rabbis say? Rashi brings it right there in the commentary. Sarah impacted the woman. Abraham impacted the men. Together, they were in tandem. To the fact that when Sarah's worried about the education of her child, Isaac, what does God tell Abraham? Whatever Sarah says, listen to her. So the answer is maybe to say that the Rebbe's vision understood that when you want to impact, inspire people to become closer to their Judaism, you come as a family. You bring the family union, you bring the wife and the husband together, and the children. Think about it. Noach God tells him to build an ark. 120 years he has. God said, I'm going to destroy the world. It doesn't impact one person. Think about Noach. We don't even know his wife's name. What's Noach's wife's name? We don't know. The Torah doesn't tell us. Noach didn't go as a family unit, as opposed to Abraham, to Isaac, that they didn't just come as a rabbi. They came as a family. Co-directors, as we would say. And I think that was one of the impacts that Rebbe had. I think about my friends who are on Chabad on campus, and all the students from us that go, and some of them are so secular, and yet they go to Chabad, and they don't go to Hillel. And I'm not here to criticize Hillel. Everyone has their role to play. But I asked them, why do you go to Chabad? And they say, because at Chabad, we feel like it's our home away from home. The rabbi and the rebbetzin become our mother and father. The Chabad house becomes our home. That was a secret that the Rebbe did. Isaac prayed opposite his wife. They went as one unit together. Abraham and Sarah impacted together. In fact, Rabbi Soloveitchik says that the reason why after Sarah passes, Abraham's role diminishes, even though he lived much longer, because the impact was such a strong impact as a unit that alone he didn't do it as much. That's the message of what the Rebbe taught us and what we see in every Chabad house. I met so many of my friends who live in little far-flung places all over the world, but are impacting in the most remarkable ways. Wife, husband, children, just as we see in Chestnut Hill and all over the world. God bless you and have a great day.